Folks, good morning. Let's see, I need to check my signal here, make sure we're coming through clean. I'm going to go through my spiel, and then we will get started. So, give me a hot second here to sort out my gear. Mic check, 1, 2, 3. My gear, mic check, 1, 2, 3. Sounds pretty good. Let's see. I probably need a. I feel like my rig has gotten sloppier. I have to sort this stuff out. Okay, great. Right, my spiel. Sorry. Damn it. Come on. Copy, paste. I've been having trouble with my keyboard lately, hitting the right keystrokes. Weird. But hey, my name is Phil Kearney. I create role-playing game supplement PDFs that I publish online for folks to consume. I focus my attention on Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition currently that publishes on the DMsGuild. I have a number of links down in my description that lead you to other books that I've already published on the DMsGuild. They're all 100% free preview. You can read them all cover to cover. If you're not familiar, if you click on any of the links that I have posted below, if you're on a tablet or a desktop, there'll be a full preview bar that pops up on the bottom of the screen. And if you are on a mobile phone, on the right-hand side, there'll be an eye icon. So whether you are on the you get the eye icon or the full preview link down below. Either way, if you click on them, it'll open up a PDF. It'll show the entire document, 100% free preview. Amongst the works I have published down. Well, hey Luke, amongst the things I have published that are in the description down below, there's about 150 illustrations that we've produced to fill out the artwork there, and if you're a D&D enthusiast, you can check out all the mechanics for free. If you're just an art enthusiast, check out the artwork. But either way, this is what we do. We create role-playing game supplements. We design them. Like on Tuesday, I have a design stream for the Martial Powers alternate magic system for martial characters. On Monday through Saturday, like this, in the mornings, I work on Spelljammer artwork, and on Mondays and Thursday nights, I work on Eberron map cartography for the adventure that we're producing. So whether I just posted that I'm live on Twitter at Phil Kearney at SeattleTimes.com. Phil Kearney at Twitter, and that is you can get notification when I'm live. And other than that, best way to support the channel is like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and help the algorithms recognize long-form creation is fun. So this is a cover that we created back in episode 15. How are you, Luke? I'm well rested. My coffee is a little thin, so I'm going to drink on some coffee here. Let's get the book cover out of the way. We're currently creating tokens for all the NPCs and creatures that can board your ships in the Light of Xaryxis Spelljammer adventure that Wizards of the Coast had published. So, since a lot of the book that we've been producing is about creating alternate mechanics for Dungeons and Dragons Spelljammer, we want to make sure that when we get on deck with another ship at the 5-foot scale, that we have proper tokens for people to interact with. I don't think Wizards has provided those for people in Roll20, so I want to make sure that I do. Do you put anything in your coffee? Typically, on the weekdays, no. I tend to fast until lunchtime, and so coffee is the only flavor that I really have until it's lunchtime. But on the weekends, when I'm brunching and just having a lazy Sunday with the gal, I'm a big mocha fan. I also like vanilla syrup in my coffee, flavored creams like hazelnut is a really great flavor. So is butter pecan. So yeah, I like the flavor of my coffees, but on the weekdays, not so much. There's a definite difference between work mode Phil and super casual mode. Boy, that is thin. I got a fresh pot that's cooking. We'll get to it, but let's see. I am attempting. Let's get into back into my circles. We were drawing walls and frames in Eberron last night, so I had I have these square icons that make it easy to do, straight walls without having to worry about their variation. So this is a 300 by 300 pixel square that we're looking at here. So when you zoom out, that's your print size resolution for a typical 1 inch. DPI, dots per inch, is typically 300. Your coffee is Starbucks. Yeah, Frappuccinos are classics, man. Oh shit, I need to set a timer. I work in 20-minute bursts to make sure I don't get too caught up in details. So I keep things moving forward, and to check myself to make sure I haven't, when I'm off stream, to make sure I haven't distracted myself. Let's see. I think I want to bring that down like that and create another layer. Yeah, let's do like that. That's proper. Tomorrow morning we'll come back in about 25 hours. I typically run around 9:30 to 11 on Saturday, and then the brunching begins. But tomorrow we'll be looking at the page layouts that we've processed for the Spelljammer document, and do some more ship token weapon systems. There's a lot more types of weapons that we have in the combat and exploration supplement that we're producing. So I have to properly equip all the ships with the weapon options that we've made available, so that you know what your options are, because there's all sorts of mounted. There's mounted and siege weapons, and there's ranged and melee weapons that you can use on your ships. So ship to ship combat is both ranged and melee attacks in the system that we've developed. So it behooves you to consider placing a martial character with combat capability, like a fighter, paladin, barbarian, ranger, even artificers and warlocks are pretty good picks for pilot, just because the hostile melee spell effects that they have that they can use while they're piloting. So there's a lot more fluidity on rolls that you have with this system. Which if you check the playlist for the Spelljammer playlist, I want to say around episode 80, we were looking at ship rolls, the different things that characters can do with their action economy during a round to help the crew or to help the pilot. Because you're either helping crew fire weapons, or you're helping the pilot steer the ship, or you are the pilot and you are steering the ship. But if you're the pilot, you also have you're the only one that can make melee weapon attacks with the ship. Everyone else is either firing ranged weapons, siege weapons, casting spells at enemy ships, or helping everyone else basically modify their die rolls or improve their chances, like with advantage and stuff like that. And if you have spare action economy laying around, you can just chip in whatever you have left over to whatever else someone else is doing. Like if you don't have a particular need to use your bonus action right now, you could chip it in to give the pilot advantage on their next scuttle check or something. Text. You get distracted? Yeah, no problems, man. I have to work within. I have to work within the confines that I know work for me, and everyone has to everyone has to do things a little bit differently. When I actually get to coloring these tokens, you'll see how I deal with color. I don't see any color, so I have to paint by numbers, kinda. It's a different process than people that see color. Yeah, I think she's got like this little smirk going on. I'm kind of into that. Get her out of the way. I'm really excited about where this is at. I was arguing with this gal yesterday, but I think we're coming to an understanding now. My first 20-minute timer pops. I'll go grab my coffee. Scuttle check. Yeah, if when a ship collides with another ship, like a ram attack, is you have to like move 250 feet, or if you're a fighter craft, 50 feet. I mean, fighter craft ramming a vessel. Well, vessels are like hammer ships, or I don't know how familiar you are, Luke, with Spelljammer. But spelljamming ships can be up to 500 feet long, though none of the published ships are more than 250. And we created a category of ships called craft. So there's vessels which can be 500 feet long, but craft can only be 50 feet long. They have a much slower overall, they're like 1% of the overall daily flight. Like a spelljamming vessel with a major helm can go 100 million miles of travel per day, which is basically 10,000 miles per round of speed, while fighter craft can only fly at 100 million, at 1 million miles per day. So they're way slower than than the larger vessels are. But the only real attack range that you can have is 500 foot squares. You can't attack other ships with ranged attacks and stuff more than a mile away, because they can see it coming and just get out of the way. But hold on here. I hear you, coffee. So you have the books, just not super familiar with the technical stuff, mechanics of the ships too well. Okay, great. So when you do a ram attack, the way that we have the system built, when you do a ram attack, you move, like, say, a vessel, which is like a hammerhead ship, which has like this massive blunt ram, or like a squid ship has a massive prow that's like it's a piercing ram. When you move and you hit you make a charge attack and then you hit with the ram, which is a melee attack, you can, depending on what kind of a ram you have, you can grapple. Like piercing rams can impale a ship and start a grapple, but hammer ships or blunt rams, when they hit, they scuttle the deck, and other ships can scuttle as well as a bonus action. But when you ram, it's part of the bludgeoning ram makes scuttling part of the like you get a free scuttle attack basically. Otherwise, it's a bonus action to do it when you strike with a ship melee weapon. But the scuttling is if the pilot of the targeted ship has to make a dexterity or constitution saving throw, and if they fail the check, then everyone on board takes a small amount of falling damage from the ship being struck at a weird angle, like basically like hitting the ship at a weird angle, causing its gravity plane to shift, which makes everybody on board the ship and everything on the ship get scuttled. So, which means get thrown around. So, if the pilot fails the scuttling saving throw, then the whole ship is thrown into disarray, and everybody aboard takes like a couple d6 of damage, unless they use their reaction to brace themselves, in which case they take 0 damage. So it's basically a way. If your pilot takes damage this way, then they can lose concentration, or rather they can lose focus on the helm that they're piloting and disable the ship from being able to move until it's the pilot's turn again. The ship's weapon systems the ship's defenses are basically down. So it's a way, like, is a really good tactic to use to get away from enemies. If you scuttle an enemy ship, then you can basically light jump away from the enemy to get up to high speeds to try to escape. Especially if they're on fighter craft, they can't keep up with you. If you like light jump to full speed, that's 100 times faster than what a fighter craft can do. But to be able to even fight creatures, be able to fight stuff at all with Spelljammer ships, you have to be within a mile of each other so the weapons can actually hit. So the difference in speed between the vessel and the fighter craft doesn't really matter in a combat situation. Fighter craft can ride vessels, like you can easily fit, and I've shown this in a couple of the streams before, and I'll probably show it again tomorrow, how fighter craft can sit inside the gravity plane of a larger ship or a structure and be defenders of it by riding the wake of that ship. So if a vessel, like if a hammer ship is in a fight with a nautiloid, and the hammer ship deploys like 2 or 3 fighter craft, it can stay inside of the gravity plane of the hammer ship until the hammer ship rams the illithid nautiloid, and then the fighter craft can fly from the vessel's gravity field into the illithid's gravity field and stay inside its bubble. So if the illithid tries to fly away or plane shift or do whatever to try to get away, it can't until it gets the fighter craft off of it. Well, it can, but if it does, it's just going to take the fighter craft with it. And a lot of times, like in the Light of Xaryxis adventure, the fighter craft have Marines on board that are, you fly the craft over with, it's basically a gunship that can deploy soldiers. You either load up on weapons or you load up on crew. So you're either a massive deck, like you don't have to have your galleon ship ram or come abreast to like if you're going to capture a Star Moth, you don't have to fly your ship up to board the Star Moth. If you have a skiff or another fighter craft, you can just load up your crew onto the skiff, fly the skiff over to the Star Moth, land it, and then deploy your troops. Then the skiff can take off like a drop ship. Most of them have either mounted weapons, which are using harpoon flingers from Descent into Avernus' Infernal War Machines. They have a 150-foot range and do 2d8 damage, piercing damage when they hit. So gunships are mounted with these mounted ranged weapons, but we also have them combing the ship, like the tokens that we're doing for the ships now. We're rebuilding them. So they also have all these mounted weapon stations, which are anti-personnel stations. So a gunship will drop off Marines onto somebody's deck to start melee combat, and then the gunship can lift up and start peppering different targets with mounted weapon attacks, or like siege crews, for instance, to keep them from firing back at your ship. But the bigger gunships can also have, most of them, if they're going to have a siege weapon, it's going to have a ballista on it. So that ballista can be harassing the ship. So if you got 2 or 3 fighter craft that are riding inside of the gravity well of these larger ships, they got to get rid of the fighter craft. Otherwise, they're slowly going to use their ballistas to tear the ship apart. And they'll use their mounted weapons to shred the enemy team's siege crews so that they can't fire back with siege weapons either. So you got to get rid of them. So a bigger ship can ram a craft and get advantage on scuttling that smaller craft. And if it gets knocked asunder for the round, the larger ship can use its movement to disengage, using the disengage action to get the fighter craft out of its gravity well by moving out of the well, or moving the well away from the ships. And then you can light jump out without fear of taking the ships with you. And since the ships can do 1 million miles per day, they can easily slip into the stream of their mothership to be able to continue. Like if they're in a chase, they can flit ahead to try to catch up with the other ship by basically bouncing from one gravity well to the other. But if they get scuttled and tossed off, then the mothership just comes by and sweeps them up and just grabs them in their gravity field, and they either dock and then unload their ship, or they can reload more troops to go on to the next jump ship. So that all uses 5e mechanics. So We just had to build out how movement works and how to scale weapons and how to do action economy for ships to be able to do all that using actions, bonus actions, your move action, reactions. It works great. The playtests were fun as fuck. So pretty much everyone that's messed around with the playtest is interested in having it when it comes out. So that's a pretty successful playtest. These were all strangers that eventually became friends, so I can't really use them to playtest anymore, unfortunately. I have to find new people that don't believe in me yet to be my playtesters. And if I win them over, then I know I've built something that's worth a damn. But that's a great way to build a roster of players that you want to stick around and have on your team like long term is to playtest. Test people out, put them in a limited engagement, see what they do. See how they scrutinize. How smart are they? What kind of feedback do they provide? Are they, do they take the initiative? Are they clever? It's a really great way to screen people for an eventual roster of players that you want to have on board. You already know that they can play when you play, so because they volunteered to do it. They're interested in, alternate mechanics or exploring ideas. So if that's the kind of DM you are, it's an easy way to be able to set up finding people. Highly recommend it. I've been rambling a bit. Big surprise. Big surprise. But I'm liking how this gal's turning out a little bit better. God, knock on wood. I said that yesterday. I really just say that again? Hey, Hermetico. I am a newer DM for D&D, and I'm about to be done my first campaign, and I have ran the first battle is the... Oh, hey! Congratulations, and good luck, my man. D&D is fucking awesome. I've been DMing for it'll be 36 years in June. I started back with the red box and advanced. I got both advanced Dungeons and Dragons. I got the Unearthed Arcana for first edition and the red box set from my parents. As a birthday gift. My actual birthday's in May, but I didn't actually get to start playing until June. But it quickly took over my life. Very, very quickly took over my life. Let's do that instead. So I remember 5th edition Spelljammer from 2nd edition. I bought the box set from Barnes and Noble at the local mall in St. Louis when I grew up, and it was dope. Spelljammer is super cool. Although it's the lore from 2nd edition, it's the lore of Spelljammer that made it so fucking cool. Like all the creatures and had had a new identity in space, and nothing was taken for granted. Like what you expect creatures to be on your home world is probably a really stupid version of what that monster could really be if you run across them in astral, in space. Like all the lizard folk were dangerously smart, orcs dangerously smart. Ridiculous amounts of high CR creatures and giants, dragons, not to mention the Illithid, all the beholders. The Yogi are awesome. They're like a good low to medium level threat until your character gets strong enough to get a psionic blast in the face from a Illithid. Then you can start fighting those things. It's just the power scaling in Spelljammer is so great, and there's so much fun flavor amongst the ships. Spelljammer and Planescape are just the best settings. They're just so fun. I like how 5th edition did away with Phlogiston and put them in the Astral Sea. That helps make Spelljammer curve into Planescape, kind of like the 4th edition Astral Sea did. Had some ups and downs in the campaign, but planned to run Call of the Netherdeep as my next campaign. Yeah, right on. The campaign that you ran, what was the level range and what was the time period that it ran through? I got a hair in my mouth. There it is. Yeah. I'm always curious about that. That is always like my top curiosity with new DMs. Like, where did you start? How high did the characters get, and how long did it run for? I run homebrew campaigns level 1 to 20 and typically at about 250, 275. It's my current campaign's at level 18. We're at about 275 hours now, which is a longer campaign than I normally run. After about 250 hours, I start getting tired. Hey, it's coffee time. Coffee time. It's coffee time. It's coffee time. I'll stop, I swear. This is turning out much healthier than it did yesterday. I don't know where I was at yesterday morning. I think yesterday morning was just an opportunity for me to demonstrate failing. Because there's a lot of failure in art. There is a ridiculous amount of failure in art. Like, half of art is failing forward. Oh. That's a good campaign. That's a good run. Was it a homebrew campaign? Nice. What was the most interesting thing that the players did during the course of the campaign that you thought was the most clever? My players are constantly catching me off guard. I expect it. Like, half the fun of me is like more than half. I would say most of the fun of DMing for me is not knowing what solutions the players are going to go with, but trying to figure out how it can work. Like, saying yes as a DM, like, if it's not a structural breaking thing, like if it's a plan, if it's a plot or a scheme or something, I do everything I can to make sure that I can say yes some way to let them try their plan, because their plans are the plans that they make is a good indication of how they're perceiving the threats in the world and like the material that you're presenting to them. Like, the plan that they create is probably assessing for you the most accurate temperature gauge on how threatening do your threats in the game appear to your team. Like, if their plans are like raw shenanigans, they're either desperate or they don't feel threatened. You know, like, you can really start assessing how scared are they by how cautious their plans are. And then and then I milk it as a DM to try to push whatever fear I detect in them. Like, if they feel this is something nervous, I like to escalate it to make it into more of a thing than it was supposed to be, so that I can start wrapping the game around their paranoia. They love it. It's like kids on swings being flung super high. It's scary, but they feel safe, so they love it. I think that's D&D in a nutshell. Herbert. Classic Rogues Bodus. She's got those poofy white sleeves. That bend into the elbows. And she had, what are these things are called? Band braces. Thank you. And the cloak is heavy, so it presses down on the poofy white sleeve material. The thing that caught you off guard the most is the Warlock Bard. Nice. Literally has done multiple times, gone into full... Oh, actually, the actual player starts singing. Oh, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. Yeah, I'm not much of an in-character type of DM. I usually stick to the third person. Like I don't use voices a lot, you know. Yeah, I keep the narration in third person. My table is less focused on the depiction of characters and the theater of it, and more focused on puzzles, like escape room type challenges. That's a lot of what my campaigns are like: combat and puzzles and tricks that don't necessarily require a lot of backstory. If people have them, I'm fine with that. And if they want to build in-game, like in-story relations with characters and stuff like that, that's on them. I'm all for it. I'm easy about picking up on that. But I leave a lot of that narrative detail to the player. Like if the players want it, it's up to them to go get it. Like I'm busy running a world. So if you want more intrigue for your players, you got to let me know. Or like, if you have a mysterious backstory, for God's sake, please clue in the rest of your party so that they can work with you on your mysterious background instead of being an audience to your mysterious background. No one likes being an audience member when they're playing D&D, unless you log into YouTube and that was specifically what you're there to do. But if you're a player, you want to play. You don't want to be an audience. Which is why I call like D&D adventures a lot of times amusement rides. Because of the tracks. Wow, this piece is turning out so much better today. Legit excited about this piece. I can't wait to get to coloring this. That's going to be so fun. Honestly, all these characters are going to be really fucking fun to color. Oh, GOG! I'll be seeing that. I might be seeing that tomorrow as well, honestly. I forgot that it came out, yesterday? I live right next door to a movie theater, so it's fun to hoof over. They have this 15-foot tall screen of Space Invaders with two bucket seats next to each other and a gun on a turret that you have to move the gun around to fire at each Space Invader as it tries to drop down. It is a fuck fest. and the gun has a recoil kick. So trying to hold the gun balanced is a shoulder workout. It's so fun. It's such a fun. I love giant-sized Space Invaders. It is so much fun. Heavily recommend. If you ever had the opportunity to run across a giant Space Invader machine or Galaga, definitely sit down and do it. It's worth the buck. It's really difficult. There's red and blue. There's red and blue invaders that drop down. And it's really difficult with my lack of color. It's really difficult for me to find and shoot the red ones against the black background. This is it's a really low value, like a dark red. It's hard for me to pick it out when they're moving around. So I always have to play Space Invaders with a partner. Otherwise, I can just get killed by the reds. But man, it's fun. I think in a strange way it helps reduce confusion because like my partner knows I'm not going to be chasing after red, so I can focus on the blue. They can focus on the red. Neither one of us are really, other than the UFOs that fly through occasionally that provide weapon drops. So like you can do like shrapnel damage or like missiles or like cone effect damage. It's a fun game. And it's a limited because that recoil gets to you after a while, so you can only play it for so long. So it's like, oh, this will be fun while it lasts, and when it stops being fun, you know. Little bits like this help accentuate whatever curves it is you're trying to put into the angles of the body. I mean, like this leg is forward, and like this leg is further back than this leg, so the hip angle should be tilted away from the camera, and so that means that I can have these hip guards at different angles to help accentuate the different angles. Oh, I've got fresh coffee. But Gouda. I am not happy with Groot. It looks like it just feels like they put Vin Diesel in a Groot suit. Like they can't afford to get enough people to render Groot fast enough to get that movie produced and not look stupid. Super disappointing. I think it's clever that they use Groot's transformation as an opportunity to resculpt what that character looks like, but they kind of screwed it up with Teen Groot in the second movie. They already established that, you know, what the CGI can do, and it just looks like it's a guy running around in a Groot suit now. I am not happy. I'm not happy with Disney being cheap. I'm already used to their plots being weak. I don't need them chincing on the animation. God, I didn't even see Ant-Man 3. God, I think I missed that in the theater altogether. The reviews were so mixed-ish, blah, that it just kind of fell off my radar. I know this is slightly different from the design that we have here, but it's not crazy. It's only mildly different. Assessing. It's a cool character design. I really like this art. It's really freaking great. Oh, she's got she's got some crazy coif going on. She's a minor NPC. She doesn't look at me. It's generally how it goes. You have them look off to the side. Some distant cue that they're supposed to be keeping their eye on. The less they're looking at the camera, the less of an important character they are. And the more of the body you can see, the less important they are. Oh, that's completely off. Value that. Fix that so it's the right. There we go. Not quite right. There we go. That's working. Yep, I hear you. Where are we at? 7? Not even 7 o'clock yet. We're crushing it today, my friends. Absolutely crushing it today. I am so looking forward to working on Fightercraft tomorrow. That is going to be so much fucking fun. It was really fun redesigning the prow of the hammer ship to make it actually look like a hammer. That was fun. Really looking forward to Tuesday working on the Path of the Beast for the Barbarian. Path of the Beast and Path of Berserker. Those will be a lot of fun. I'm loving the decision to commit to the system operating completely independently from the martial classes. I think that's going to end up being a really good decision. Get those hands in here before I get myself in a bind. Why did I freeze up? That was not cool. I completely just froze up for a second. You see that? Checking the health of my computer real quick. Seeing if it's getting airflow. Feels okay. Yeah, the fan seems to be behaving pretty well today. we doing up here? Sorry for the delay, guys. Just got to make sure my computer's staying healthy. Good. Okay. I think we're okay. I don't know why that locked up. It might be an OBS camera and Photoshop issue. But yeah, my mouse literally stopped moving there for a moment. I don't know what was going on. Nothing a sip of coffee can't fix. We are back on task. That should do. There we go. How do I want to do this? Well, I should do it on another layer. Whatever it is that I do. That's for fucking certain. Bigly hand. Gotta fix that. No, I'm not a fan of that grip at all. Get the hell out of here with that. Go with that. Oh my god, it looks dreadful. I'm fucking up this hand super bad. Fuck you. Everything's going on so swimmingly. Do not fuck with me. Smaller hands. Thank you. All of them. Smaller hands. Feels a little cheeky. Much better now. What the hell am I doing with those sausages? Oh my god. Roar! Let's see. Fucking sausage. Challenge. Arrgh. Brr. 1, 2, 3, 4. The trick is to make the hand not look like just a lump. I'm not succeeding. There she is. Nice. That's a big frickin' knife. There we go. Nice. Boom. There you go. Now it's just filigree. And I love filigree. I love filigree. This project was a smashing success today. It's absolutely destroyed this. Complete redemption from yesterday. Flawless victory. Hit and save before I'm smited by the gods. What do I need here? Huh. All right. I'm gonna use another layer though. I'm not convinced. Oh yeah, that folded together ridiculously easily. Bravo. Don't need that. No, I'm not feeling that. There we go. I'm actually really proud of that. Woof. Cleanup aisle everywhere. down, merge down. There we go. I'm not talking a lot. I recognize that. Can I clean that up a bit? We'll see after a few minutes if I'm improving the quality of this or if I'm just not letting it go. Because, I mean, it's essentially done other than it feels a little rough. Part of that's because of just the low pixel count. So far, so good. Yeah, we got a half hour to do. I got a half hour to trace. I think we're going to be okay. Hit the save button before I go eating crow. Almost done. Stay on target. I hear you. Thank you. Time for coffee. We're almost there. Hey, Tyler. I don't know when you came in, dude. I didn't see you. Sorry there, my man. You were asking something. That thing is... Hey, good morning. Having a little avocado... Ooh, avocado toast. What's your breakfast plans? Ah, man. I think I have a... I have mushrooms, onions, and peppers. A little bit of dill Havarti cheese. And some tortillas. So I think I'm going to skillet myself some breakfast veggie wrap. I believe that is how my morning will end up panning out. But I probably won't be doing that until 11 or so. So it'll just be coffee till then. Coffee is the breakfast of the 50s. So, cheers. If I can keep myself down to one meal a day around 1,200 calories, then I can keep my svelte frame. So, let me grab some more coffee breakfast. Yeah, I do lunchy brunchy on the weekends, Saturdays and Sundays, but Monday through Fridays it's pretty much breakfast, coffee breakfast till noonish. I mean that's just 10 minutes left. All right. I don't want too much detail down in here because it'll get potentially ugly quick. Looking forward to watching some From this weekend. We got Paramount originally because somebody recommended From, and then the whole Yellowstone series came out, and Tulsa Kings came out, and there was something else on. Picard. There's so much good shit on Paramount, man. It is like one of the best producing stream services right now. Like it's I think it's outperforming HBO right now. And Netflix, I don't know what the fuck Netflix has got going on. Oh, Netflix did Beef. God, Beef was really good. If you haven't seen that, that's a really great show. Ali Wan and some other folks I recognize but don't know the names of. Lunchy Brunchy. Lunchy Brunchy. That's a great name for a restaurant. You're right. Super close to done here. Get that angle right. I spy with my eye more text along the wand. John? Powerpuff. It's enough detail. It's enough. But yes, yeah, just big orbs at the at the end of their arm stumps. We are in a break phase of shows after finishing you. So yeah, right on, man. We're working our way through the list. What's your top contenders right now? God, if you haven't seen 1883 on Paramount, that is such a fucking great show. Like, shows don't stick with me like that normally. It's good. And thanks, I'm happy to have you. There we go. There. Nice. Nice and fucking clean. Yeah, I should have just done power up girl stumps. Oh, right on. Let's start looking for another husky. Okay, sure. Let's just add more doggos to our life. You go, kids. A husky would drive me insane. Our neighbors upstairs have a toy husky. It's adorable. It's the size of a pug, but it's a husky. I think you guys have more open space than I do. There it is. I understand. Yeah. Where are we at? 750? Fuck. Alright. Well, we're pretty much done anyway. There. That'll do. I spy from the corner of my eye. Siri turns off Phil. All right, we're done for the day. Muse, seriously, Muse, I said I'm done. I gotta be done. Come on, baby, let me go. Let go. Let go of the stick. Come on, girl. She's not letting go. All right, finish up your work and then we'll go. All right, now she's content. Damn it. Was that really necessary, gal? She does not let go. Come on, gal. I gotta finish the stream. You gotta let go. Come on, gal. All right. You're done. Cool. Oh. And that's Spelljammer. So that finishes up the that finishes her up. I'll put a lock on this one. So we have Hastane and the Trent to do next, and then we'll have that section finished. So we got what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12. So we got 13. We got 13. We got 13 left, and we're on a Friday. So we're gonna do a Trent and maybe Hastane. I might just do the Trent. I don't know. It's 13. Okay, so what is our calendar? Where are we at? I've got 13 to do. On the 15th through the 20th, I'll be on vacation. So at this current rate, what, 1, 2, 3, 4. I tend to get one done a day, right? I've got 13. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so I'll do one a day between now and Friday. And then I'll do 2 a day. Since I have the 15th through the 19th off, I'll do 2 a day on Friday. I'll do 2 a day and be done by Thursday. And that'll be my morning stream. And then I'll have afternoon stream on Monday, Tuesday. On Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, 1, 2, 3, and Friday. I won't have stream on Thursday afternoon, but I will also have stream on Monday night and Thursday night. So I'll have 5 days, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I'll have 11. I'll have 11 stream sessions on the 15th. Oh yeah, and then Saturday. Saturday. I don't know if I'm going to be streaming on Saturday or not. Honestly, the 20th. That's a birthday weekend for me. We might be going to Leavenworth. I'm not sure exactly how that's going to shake out, but I'll be on my normal week next week. Will be on point. I'll be back on tomorrow morning in about 25 and a half hours from now, and then I'll be back Monday morning, Monday night, Tuesday morning, Tuesday lunch, Wednesday, Thursday morning, Thursday night, and then Friday morning, Saturday morning, and then I'll be on vacation on Friday, on Monday the 15th. So we're gonna keep working on token art in the mornings, and once we're done with all the line art for these, we'll start. We'll go back to the beginning. We'll do color flats for all of them, and once the flats are in, we'll be able to go back around and we'll do detail color shading work. So flats should go pretty quickly, God's willing. I can get 3 or 4 flats done in a 2-hour block because flats are pretty easy. Here's hoping. So we'll be back tomorrow morning. We're going to look at page art. We'll look at the page layouts for the Spelljammer document that we've been building. And we'll be working on more ship tokens. So tune in tomorrow morning, and yeah, it's turning out really good. Thank you. What? But her clothes are still on. Right. Right on, guy. Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. So hopefully I get to catch some of you guys then. Like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at Phil Kearney if you want to get the notification when I go live. Check out my books down in the description down below. If you think they're cool, buy some of them. But definitely like and subscribe. So I'll see you guys on the other side. Thanks a lot.